Good morning, Andrew. A lot of investors across Asia, and of course, especially in Hong Kong, are really worried that China's second largest property developer is on the brink of default. So if you look at the shares of Evergrande, they've been trading at an 11-year low. And this is because the company has been scrambling to try to raise funds to pay back its lenders, its investors, its homeowners, as well as some of its staff that even lended to the company. And this is because the company currently has debts of about $300 billion and is over the weekend had tried to allay some of those concerns with damage control, saying on social media that some of its investors in wealth management products would be paid back in real estate, and that process had started. It also had told the public that some of its senior executives who had cashed in a bit and had made early redemptions were going to face severe punishment for that. Again, an effort to try to allay some of the anger towards the company as it looks to try to get itself out of a very difficult position. The company has already warned that we could see some contagion. Also, that it's been facing a lot of difficulty trying to sell off some of its other many assets in different parts of the business, such as its electric vehicle unit, for example. So that's one of the reasons why people are looking very closely now to some key dates. One is actually today, where the company was supposed to be paying back some interest on bank loans. This is for an undisclosed amount with a one-day grace period. Today is actually a holiday in China. So that's what you know is that authorities have already told the banks that they weren't going to be paid back. And then on Thursday, as well as on September 29th. Those are other dates in which the company is supposed to pay back interests, and people are wondering whether or not it's going to be able to, just because it has been having such a difficult situation with its liquidity. Guys?
Eunice, how much of this is Evergrande specific? How much of this is the possibility of contagion? And how much of this is really, though, about the broader set of Chinese developers which may have levered themselves beyond levels which with the market necessarily understood?
Well, it's really difficult to know. I mean, because there isn't a whole lot of transparency with a lot of these big companies. There have been a lot of different types of investments, so it's not particularly clear. But what we do know is that the government has been very concerned about all the borrowing and debt within the property sector. And that's one of the reasons why recently the government had said that it had a couple of red lines that it didn't want the property developers to cross, that it wanted a lot of these big property developers to try to scale back some of that borrowing so it wouldn't be such a big problem. The problem, of course, is because there isn't a whole lot of transparency whether or not that's going to tumble into a situation that is out of control. The way that the government operates here is that it doesn't like to see things out of control, that it wants to make sure that there isn't any situation where you have a whole lot of social instability or problems. So, you know, it's at this stage very difficult to tell.